Now allow me to invite our partners to come over and make their remarks. And I want to start with Council for the New Global South. Shiraz, please come over.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, honorable guests. On behalf of the Council for the New Global South, it is a great honor to be here in Kenya. Foreign policy is about the way a country looks at the world, but it also influences the way the world looks at a country. And I think that the way the world is looking at Kenya increasingly is a positive one. And the world needs to take note of a number of positive developments, from Kenya's leading role in sustainable energy, from geothermal to a number of other technologies, from Kenya's role as a regional and global partner on peace and security. We will hear later today from a representative from the South Sudan mediation process, where Kenya is playing a leading role, and I've had the opportunity to visit those talks as well. And lastly, I want to highlight, of course, Kenya's, and in particular this city, Nairobi's, emerging importance as an economic hub and a hub for the creative economy. And I think, frankly, that is the reason you're seeing universities and countries around the world adopt new programs in terms of the Swahili language, because they want to be coming here, they want to be doing business here in Kenya. And on behalf of the Council for the New Global South, these are the kinds of narratives we will be working on to promote and to bring attention to around the world, across the Africa, Caribbean, Indo-Pacific region. And thank you very much. I'll turn over to Shiraz Ahmed for his remark as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Joseph, for those opening remarks, and thank you also to the hosts and to His Excellency, Mr. Mudavadi, for giving us this esteemed platform. I'd like to take a few moments to talk a little bit about what the Council for the New Global South is, how we came about, what we intend to do, and how it relates to the nation of Kenya. And Joseph and I have done advocacy work for some years now on behalf of Global South partners. And last year we delivered some training. It was actually climate communications training for African civil society leaders organized by the African Union. The theme of the training was climate justice. And the question we asked was, why is it such a crucial issue for billions of people across the global south, not least Africa, still fails to move and mobilize people? And to help answer that question, we drew upon another advocacy campaign. We looked at how the anti-apartheid campaign in South Africa went from being an obscure issue. From the early to mid-1980s, apartheid was still an issue that was little understood by American audiences, and yet in 3 to 4 years, it was transformed into an issue that moved people, that touched hearts and minds. And that happened not necessarily simply through standard policy advocacy. It happened through moral leadership. It happened through emotion. It happened through values-based advocacy. And those became the foundations upon which partnerships with Global North institutions helped move the masses. And that is what advocacy means to us. Those are the kinds of advocacy campaigns that the Council for the New Global South intends to deliver. And it is why we are here today in Kenya. I'd be remiss if I didn't reference the work being delivered by the Kenyan leadership, by President Ruto and the government, to not just tinker with issues like climate financing, but to overhaul it. And those are the kinds of issues, not just climate, but issues to do with development, debt alleviation, to do with education, migration, the kinds of issues that we are looking to deliver campaigns on the world stage, where we champion civil society and political voices from the Global South, not least Kenya, a nation that stands as a voice for the African continent. With that, I thank you for your time, and I look forward to further collaboration with our partners in Kenya. Thank you.